Salam in the peach, guys. Powder Pookie Doodle Squad, better known as AAWRS1. Dig it? Coming back at you with the fire camp stories. I don't like saying prison, but people are attracted to that. So alhamdulillah, and that's what it is, right? So let's see. I think I want to start off with a correction. You know that. What was it that I did that I wanted to correct? I want to make a correction. I believe this is correct about the East Oakland thing. How High Street come down like this, and then Fremont High School is right there. I believe that street is called Fremont. I didn't even Google it or research it or nothing. I should never forget. I know this. You can put me in the Bay Area right now, and I won't get lost. Okay? Yeah, I can get to where I need to get to. But I believe that that's Fremont Street because I had a homeboy. We're going to call him R. He stayed right on the corner. They had a beautiful old, it's not a Victorian style house, but a beautiful old, like 1940s style house. And it was immaculate. You know, they had totally refurbished it. But my partner used to stay in that house like right there, but he wasn't from High Street. He didn't claim High Street. You see what I'm saying? He just was solo. Back then, a lot of us were solo. Only some of us wanted to be connected. A lot of us wanted to be connected, and a lot of us was rolling solo. You know what I mean? I rolled solo for a long time. My partner Ray, he rolled solo for a long time. You know, when you roll solo, you go everywhere. You see what I'm saying? And even when you connected, you got to have the juice to be able to roll everywhere. You need to be with somebody that rolls everywhere. Okay, anyway, let's get back to what was going on at Jamestown. I told you about the Norteños and the Serenos and how the Norteños, the youngsters got sent up. How the youngster, I want to tell you about the young G, he was just clowning them too and just failing the test so he could stay there, so he was getting ready to leave. A lot of cats came there before me, they started leaving. You get the captain, you get the Nomex, and I would like to say this, most of our hikes was damn near vertical. That's what I remember the most about our hikes. They teach you about the weather, they teach you about the fire exit points, and especially the deployment of that fire shelter, because all it does is reflect flame for a certain amount of time, just like the Nomex. You know what I mean? You know, the Nomex, fire directly get on that Nomex, you're gonna burn. But as soon as the fire get off of it, it goes out. You see what I'm saying? So you know, hey, and back then when I was fighting fires, I believed I was at camp. And you guys can research it for yourself, but it was some people that had to deploy their shelters and they died. You know what I mean? Because man, and they hot on you about deploying that shelter. You know what I mean? Because you know when that fire come over you and that heat be coming, that shelter is gonna be blowing. It's gonna be blowing up and down like this. You know, and then you gotta make sure you got some earth right there and not no grass, because then the steam will come up. Man, man, the work is dangerous. Everybody that does that work, they deserve their props, right? So, yeah, man, most of our hikes was like straight vertical. They was ass-kicking hikes, right? They was ass-kicking hikes, right? So now some of the partners are starting to leave. I'm still there with Harun. Me and him getting close, you know what I'm saying? The brother who was bunking with me from Skyline, whose sister I used to mess with, he used to hike his ass off, right? And he was talking about how he was on the swamper's ass. But anyway, he left, went off to camp. I forgot who I got as a bunkie. Then the young G from Lincoln I was telling you about, who I seen in the casino, he left the camp. And then I was talking to the white dude. He came up to me, he was like, man, you know, what's happening? And I was like, what's happening? He said, still gonna try to see how close I can get you, man. You know, and I was like, man, well, hey, like I said, I don't like owe nobody nothing, but hey, whatever you say you're gonna do, go ahead and handle your business. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, after you pass the test out in the field with the CCV and the captain and everything, and we had a good captain. Whoever that captain was, I can't remember his name. He was a good captain. You know what I'm saying? Because he got us ready. You see what I'm saying? And like I just keep seeing in the scenery, man. It was just so beautiful, you know? And so after you graduate all that, right? Now you waiting to go to camp. You know what I mean? So that's when I asked on the white dude. He's like, yeah, man, I'm graduating up there. I said, yeah. So now I'm just waiting to go, man. Wait for that duck. And he was like, okay, don't even trip. We're going to see what's happening. I was like, all right, cool. So now they give you another job, right? See, but I skipped some stuff, right? Let me go back. Zip, boop, jink, boop, rank, go, go. Now, remember I had the porter job, right? Now, when I got the ducket to go to start physical training, my job changed. Then I had a job outside of the dorm, and what I used to do, I had a maintenance job, and I used to clean up the offices and stuff in the front and out. And we used to hang out by where the police go and eat their food at. It was like a little, it looked like a little burger stand, right? But it's like a little cafeteria out there, man. We used to see deer running around. We used to be sitting out there smoking cigarettes, right? And see deer coming through, man. It was beautiful. It was tranquil. You know what I'm saying? And now with these cryptids is out, I'm just glad that no cryptid went up on us. But anyway, I used to clean up the offices, and there was this lady that was running us, right? She was cool too. And that was my job. And the job was from, like 12 midnight. It was like 12 midnight to 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that, right? But that was cool because I was used to working midnight shifts, graveyard shifts out on the street when I would just be a stock clerk. You see what I'm saying? Then when I was security, whatever type of job I had, once I really started working, I preferred graveyard, right? And I really didn't prefer graveyard until I actually started being a stock clerk, And I'm just gonna leave that right there where it is, right? So, boop. I was doing that job right there, and then, I got the ducket to go out and got, in the field and stuff, right? So then after I graduated the field and stuff, came back to, in camp again. They gave me another job, right? Now this job, what you do is this cool too. All you do is work a weed whacker. Because right there in Jamestown, ain't nothing but little mountains and stuff right there, right? All right there. So everybody that's getting ready to go to camp like me, that's what they doing. We from all different dorms and everything, right? Norteños, everything, right? Woo, we there doing our thing, right? It was cool. They, teach you how to work the little weed whacker and everything. And we should just be like in the mountains, man, on a mountain. And they'd be like, okay, we need this whole area just wiped out. And that's what we used to do. We'd just be there with the weed whacker all day. All day, man. The country was beautiful. It was in the summer, hot as hell, though. You get dirty as hell. Then you got to change the cord, the little plastic cord on the weed whacker. When it get dull, and fire it up with the gas in there, hook it up with the little oil. That was back then, right? Firing it back up. You back out there, right? And I had this little partner, this little Norteño partner. Me and him, we used to go on adventures. We had on lunchtime. We used to have like an hour for lunch. But the boss was cool. He was like, whatever area we wiped out, whatever time we had left, that was the time we had left. So if we wiped that shit out in 45 minutes or an hour, we got the rest of the day off. And we should just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? He drive us around in a truck. Take us around different areas. Oh, it was so cool because basically it was like you was free, man. Like you was just working a job, But really, what's cool was at night, man. We used to sit out there where the police used to come and get their food at, and you used to see them deers coming through. Oh man, that used to be so tranquil. And it's like, how can you be tranquil in prison, right? That's the only way. Now, unless you're doing some worshiping and I'm about to take you to another place, right? Okay, boom. So me and him used to go on adventures. We used to be following tracks and stuff, right? So one time we was following some tracks and I could see it just as clear as day. And we came into this clearing, right? Yeah, you may hear that. If you go to YouTube and listen to any type of, watch any type of cryptid videos, yeah, that stuff's real, y'all. Yeah, government certified too. Go and check it out. Research for yourself. But we came into a clearing and then we just saw this area with bushes. And I remember us finding like some bones of like small animals, right? Yeah, see, now you may say to yourself, that's idiotic. And now that I think about it, it was, because anything could have jumped out of us. Because, they used to tell you, they used to say, look, that's why we want to keep all you guys working close together. Because there's mountain lions and stuff up in here. You know what I mean? And, mountain lions are everywhere. You know what I mean? We just took over their habitat. You see what I'm saying? We took over mountain lions' habitat, right? So anyway, we stroll into this clearing and we see this area. It's just these bushes. They were like dead bushes, right? So we strolling up on it, man. We following these tracks. I can't really tell you what type, I can't remember. I can't remember if it was a cat. It just was some type of tracks. I know what deer tracks look like because I used to follow deer tracks when I used to follow deer tracks and stuff when I was fighting fires out there when we had free time. That's crazy. But I was also looking for money and stuff because we was right there around the border. You know what I mean? Of Tijuana. So and once I tell you about all the stuff we found on the grade out there, y'all gonna trip. But anyway, we start walking up to the bushes, right? And the next thing you know, the bushes just started rattling, right? Like, and there was like a little growl, like, like, me and partner, we just turned around and just, we got up out of there, right? And then we got away. We started laughing and shit. We was like, yeah, we ain't doing that shit no more. I said, man, I ain't doing that shit no more. He was like, hell no, we ain't doing that shit no more. But that's one good memory that I had. There was another brother I used to kick it with too. It was about 3 or 4 brothers. It was like even amount, 4 brothers, 4 white dudes, 4 Nathaniels, you know what I mean? And then that's the work that you do till you get ready to go to camp. And then I remember I was getting ready to get rolled up. Harun was still there. The brothers I told you that was gone, they was gone. The brothers in the Islamic community, they was doing the same thing. The dude who I got into it with, he paroled, he was gone. Wasim and them was still there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who took over after that, right? So the white dude was talking to me, right? And I was like, yeah, man, I don't know where I'm gonna go yet, man. You know what I mean? And so they call on the horn, whoop whoop. They call your name and your number, do 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 do. And I walked up to the front and got on the comm, boom, 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 boom. This is me, whoop the whoop. They was like, yeah, so and so roll up. And I was like, I'm going to camp. They said, yeah, you going to camp. I said, where? And then they said, woo, you going to, y'all know me. They said, well, you going to Boulevard, right? And I was like, Boulevard? I was like, where in the hell is Boulevard, right? And they said, yeah, it's going east of San Diego. I was like, all right, cool. Let me start rolling up. They was like, yeah, roll up. Get your shit ready. I was like, all right, cool. Woo. Came to the white boy, saw me. He's like, what's that then? And I gave him grip. He gave me some grip. I was like, man, good looking. He's like, man, don't even trip. He's like, don't even trip, man. You're a cool dude. I don't know where this dude came. I don't know how this all happened, whether it be torpedoism or not. Hey, like I said, now it's like this here. You a torpedo, man? Shit, don't front. Don't front. Hell. Let me get mine. You can get yours, right? I can't get mine. It's going to be a problem. So I'm just going to keep going through the same shit that I've been going through, right? Boom. So, boom, dude had hooked me up. So now I'm waiting. I had all my shit up rolling. Say goodbye to the young G, whoever was left there. Jumped on that bus. And you be on the cool green bus. Ain't no big bars on the motherfucker. I don't remember no bars on that bus. It ain't nothing in the inside, right? The bus had the green label on the outside, right? It was at night. Because, when they moving you like that, they move you late at night, right? Less traffic, so we moving at night. And they brought us in to from Jamestown, and we stopped off at CIM, which is Chino. Remember, I was having trouble telling y'all about that. We stopped off at CIM, and that's where I met the first torpedo, this police, the motherfucking, a policeman that wanted to be a blood, that wanted to be a gangbanger, right? And this is the one I ended up having trouble with through the whole time, and we're going to get into it. So we get to the CIM, boom, the transfer to into different vehicles, right? We get off the bus, we get something to eat, they feed us, right? And then we meet this buster and another deputy, and they in Suburbans. You see what I'm saying? They come and pick us up in the Suburbans and shit. Woo! They ain't got no gate on it or nothing. We jump in the Suburbans. Woo, woo, woo. They mashing us from CIM, which is in Chino, all the way to Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? Through Dago, past Dago Life, going east. You know what I'm saying? Going towards the Imperial Valley, right? I drove through there going to Salton Sea. Y'all watched that video. Oh, I was so mad. That was the most expensive fishing trip I ever went on. I don't know what I was thinking about. I should have did more research. I was trying to relive a memory, man, and it was fucked off. I'm just going to say it like that. But you know what? I got a memory out of it, a hell of a one. And then I didn't find out where to catch fish until I was getting ready to leave the motherfucker. But anyway, we mob up to Boulevard, and when you push up to the camp, it looked like some condos. It looked like some spread out condos. All you could see is like stairs going down. You push up in there because we used to have a lot of people getting lost coming up in there, and then there's a circle. You come in, you go around a circle, and when you first come in, it's the first main office right there. And they used to park the CCVs by the main office, right? Because there was 4 crews right there. And you come out there, you get on the CCV, you come down, boom, then there's the rec area, then there's the child hall, then there's the living areas, there's the TV rooms. There was like 1, 2, 3, 4. There was like 4 TV rooms. Then you walk down to the left, you go past this little tin shed. That's where we used to have the weights and shit buried. We had weights and bars and stuff that we could lift buried. And then there was the pull-up bars and stuff there, dip bars there. Keep going, then there's the laundry. You can get your laundry every day. We used to go pick up our laundry right after we got off the CCV when we got off work. You know what I'm saying? Brand new, fresh, everything. Wherever you needed something brand new, you just tell them. Because everybody had a number on their clothes. You know what I mean? You just tell them, hey, boom, I need some brand new drawers. I need some brand new t-shirts, socks. You know what I'm saying? All they give to you brand new, you go to the laundry. Whoop! And then you take your old stuff in the morning, you go and just drop it off. And we had a pimp brother. He was out of Cleveland, old player partner that was out of Cleveland. I can't remember his name that had that job, right? He was barred up. He was funny as hell. He was my partner. Because me and him used to sit and talk a long time. Hey, if he was a torpedo, he was a good one. And then Old Black was there, old downtown Black. I shouldn't have said it like that. I'm just saying, old downtown B was there. I don't know where he was from. I never asked him. Now he might have been from the South. But anyway, inshallah, I'm gonna let y'all go, and now we're gonna start getting into the actual how I got on the fire crew, what was going on before I got on the fire crew, how I got in it with this Buster, my first roommate that I had when I was there, when I got to camp. We're going to get into all that right there. How Allah made me sleep on a lawsuit. I got to let that go, huh? But I can't. Yeah, I know I got to let it go. Inshallah, I'll let it go. You got your partner, Pookie Dooley Squad, better known as AAWS1, dig it? Excuse me, y'all, mouth dry. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and do it. Big ups to all my new subscribers. I'm going to change that. Salams to all my new subscribers. Salams to those of you who are on the regular. Salams to you just every now and again. Salams to you who are on the fence. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and do it. You got your partner. Pookie Dooley Squad, better known as the AWS1 digger. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and do it. Salam and peace. Remain blessed, you and your families. Please come back for the next episode, y'all. What, this is number 7, right? Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen.